It's London Casimir with Press Pass LA. We're at the Cameron Boyce Foundation, honoring Cameron Boyce's legacy. We're talking to his friends, family, and loved ones right here on the red carpet. Make sure you stay tuned. We are here at the Cameron Boyce Foundation. You actually are on the board for the foundation. Can you speak to how important it is for all of us to gather here together?
Cameron was so loved and has had such a wide audience and a reach, and so many people were affected by the loss of him that in a way it's sort of become like this beacon within the epilepsy community and a way for us all to start having that really difficult conversation. And it affects so many people, so it doesn't make sense, but this is how we change that.
Tell us a little bit about your story and what brings you to the foundation.
Yeah, so I was diagnosed with epilepsy about 3 years ago, and shortly after being diagnosed, I found myself as Miss Dallas Teen 2022, and I was actually the first Miss USA title holder to have a service dog. I was found on social media by the Cameron Boyce Foundation, and they loved my story, and they wanted to hear more about what it was like being in the public eye, open about having seizures and a service dog.
Being Cameron's sister, I'm sure you knew him like no one else, you know? How does it feel seeing people's sentiments and posts on Instagram? Like, is that bittersweet?
It's definitely bitter. It's definitely sweet. To know how much he was loved and continues to be loved, and just, it is hard, but it is also, it is a little bit invigorating to know just like, he will never be forgotten. So yeah, I will always appreciate the outpouring of love whenever people think about Cameron. I take that to heart.
So how does that feel to think about the community that you guys are fostering?
Well, let's keep it clear. Cameron created the community. It's all about Cameron. If it weren't for Cameron, we wouldn't have the impact that we have now. But we're fortunate that they've, stuck with it. 5 years after his passing, they're still super supportive, and they help us spread the word. And they ask, how can they help? What can we do? How can we be involved? And it's kind of hard because we can't involve
everybody in the
millions
world.
of people. But we would love to. So I think we're fortunate in the sense that they still support us.
You just shared the most heartfelt Instagram post honoring Cameron a few days ago. Tell me a little bit about what you were feeling in those moments.
It's hard, and it gets harder as time goes on. I thought it would get easier, but it kind of gets harder. Then when I saw his mom, I just saw her recently at Boo Boo, who we did Descendants with, at his art show. And I wasn't expecting to see her, so I just broke down.
It was a shock.
It was a shock.
I wasn't ready for this.
So I just straight broke down, and I couldn't stop. And my sister was there, and she ended up getting pictures of it, and it was really cool to see them. And then we hung out with them at their house, and just to see the way that they're living, and just how bright and artistic that house is. I had to get it together and realize that I had no excuse to be sitting around sulking about anything, so.
It's really great to see you here supporting the foundation. I'm sure it feels like a big family reunion gathering with Cameron's friends and family and everyone that loves him. How does that feel?
It feels so wonderful. The community that Cam created and still has on this earth is unparalleled to anybody else. He was such a magnet and creator of family, really, with his friends. So from the Descendants, Kenny Ortega's here, his director of those shows. He's a, what do you call it? Like he's the glue. He's the glue that binds all of his friends.
He's a magnet. Yeah, and he was so special. Like he was kind of like a ethereal being even when he was here. And people just were, almost dumbfounded to work with him because he was so special. Even his mother has said, sometimes she felt like he was mothering her, he was just a very special human being.